What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. So today, I know a lot of probably people don't care, but if you ever do a Kswap and you wanted to run if you wanted to run like stock and everything working like it's supposed to, I'm not too sure about a lot of conversion harness. The only one that I know off the top of my head, which if you guys want to go ahead and cop it and get it, it'll be the hybrid racing one. But the hybrid racing one actually allows you just little functions like that, which is pretty cool. Well, let me start out by saying that, for instance, you guys see your master reservoir in there, your brake master reservoir. So in there you have two wires. See if I'm gonna do you a better one. As you guys can see, you have these two wires that run into it. Sorry. And if you guys can see that green and red, that's the one essentially that you're going to be tapping into. But essentially what it does is, once your brake fluid gets to a certain level, it sends a message indicator to the dash letting you know, like, hey, you're low on your brake fluid. And you know, that way, you know, hey, even if you had an issue that's leaking from any of your brakes or anything like that, that, you know, God permits it doesn't happen, you won't know if you're swap because you never actually took the time to actually look at it. And then you'll know because obviously you'll lose brake pressure, but because it will be empty. But essentially you have a sensor in there that once it reaches a certain level, it sends an indicator, completes a circuit or whatever, and it sends a message to your dash letting you know, hey, we're low on this fluid, you know, on brake fluid. You know, you might want to check it. And then there, if you see, hey, it's low, what could be causing? And then you can see maybe you're having a brake issue or a hose or something might have broken or something. Like I said, I can't vouch for any other conversion harness. I know. I'm not sure if this one is a Sparks Racing, but and then I have a Wireworks, which it's not that good. Did not have none of that stuff. But like I said, hybrid racing does come with it, and it'll allow you to pass a wire, kind of jumping it, slicing it, putting it in there, and essentially once you plug your conversion harness, that kind of like that C101 plug or C300 something, I'll put it here. Once you clip it, it'll allow you to read it from the dash, essentially, you know, like regaining back the function you had before you swapped it. And if you have a conversion harness that does not have any of that, I'm going to show you guys what you can do. Super easy, super simple. I think the hardest part is probably getting underneath in there and then getting wires. But essentially, with that wire I was showing you, you just tap into that wire, and then you'll just pretty much like pass it back inside the through the firewall underneath the dash, and then you'll pretty much splice it back onto the, I believe it's the female side or the male side of the plug to the green and red, and then voila, boom, you'll have the functioning back on your car like nothing happened. But like I said, I don't know if any other conversion harness has fixed this issue where they already have it, which I don't think so, because I've never seen anything like the hybrid racing one, like with that wire sticking out. So I mean, it is a function that doesn't affect your drivability, it doesn't affect anything, but it's something useful to have in your car, especially in an indicator if something's actually happening and you have no idea what's happening. Because if you're losing pressure on your brake fluid and you're driving, you're like, yo, what the heck's happening? I think it'll be helpful if you're actually getting an indicator on the dash like you're supposed to let you know what's going on. But I'm gonna go down underneath in there and I'll show you guys kind of like what to like look for. I haven't done it yet, but that's pretty much what I'm going to do for me to get full function of my crappy conversion. So we're about to dive ourselves in here. Ugh. This is fun. Alright, you guys can see we're down here, super uncomfortable, but I'm doing this for you guys. So this one right there, as you guys can see, this plug, that was the one that used to be connected right here. This is from the conversion harness, which doesn't have that. You guys can see I have bypassed a whole bunch of these wires because my cluster was not working. But if you guys want to check that video, I have it uploaded for you guys up as well, which, you know, I actually was able to get my RPMs and my miles per hour tachometer to work by bypassing these wires here, because this conversion harness does not have it. Like I said, it was pretty much for a EG, and I'm using it for an Integra, so I had to do a lot of different stuff to actually make it work, and it works. So yeah, as you guys can see, this is the one that is running from outside. You guys can see it right there. That's the green and red wire, which essentially you're jumping onto, this side right here. You're gonna locate that pin 18, which that's from pin or block 18, and then voila, boom, that runs back to the dash and gets you that signal. Now that's all you're gonna do. What I'm gonna do once I embark on it, but I'm just showing you guys, I'm probably gonna do it from outside because here it's pretty crampy and it's hard to get a lot of space here, but because the hybrid racing one essentially piggybacks off of this one, and then you just put it outside, connect it, and then you're already completing the connection, which is pretty helpful. But probably just gonna like splice it outside, get a longer cable, put it in here, and just splice it over here, and voila, that's kind of like a poor man's budget way of doing it. If you guys do not have that conversion harness, a hyper racing one, and want to have that function feature on your dash. So yeah guys, I know it's a silly video, but you know, I like details and I like to have my car running like it's supposed to, and but it's a pretty cool feature to have. Sorry I got cut off, I had a phone call, but yeah, that's gonna conclude the video. Like I said, you don't need it, but it's pretty cool to have, especially on your dash. And it's a cool function. So yeah, but this is gonna conclude the video, guys. Thank you guys for watching. That's, you know, pretty much what to do in that aspect. And I'll try my best to put pictures and stuff like that to show you guys exactly where is that, and you guys have an idea what exactly how to do it if this is what you're trying to do, which I've never really seen people really interested in this, but cool thing to have and to know. Yeah, catch you guys on the next one.